Hello guys, I am doing a short video on how to use Interactive Broker Trader Workstation for quick option trading. I wouldn't say this is the best charting and most up-to-date platform for trading, but most of the cases I get very quick execution and better price than other option trading platform. So let's jump on the chart setup. So how I did set up my chart. So I have a two watch list where there is a top watch list which is linked to the option quote and also the other ordering monitor, and this is another watch list which is a similar version of this one, but actually it is linked to the charting. So at the morning I added all the stock ticker into the watch list, and if I click any of the stock ticker, it will change the chart in the left side. So whenever I want to add any option quote, so I need to click the top watch list. So I'll click the Apple again. It will load all the options chain into this table. And here is another table which is option quote monitor, which I will use to send order to the order entry. So there are a few ways we can add all these option ticker to this option quote monitor. One way is very trivial. Whenever you click Apple, then actually it loads all these option chain here. You can change the date at the top, and whatever strike price you want to add to the option quote monitor, you can just drag it from this table. So if we want to consider about December 11th 120 call, so we can just drag it to the option quote monitor. Same is like you can drag it from the put side also. If you want to consider 110 put, you can just drag it from here to this option quote monitor. So one is the best way at the morning. If you already know actually which option or strike price you want to trade for the day, you can just add all those things in this option quote monitor. That's one way to adding all these option code into the option quote monitor. And if you want to just delete it, you can just hit the delete button. Another way, you can select all these option quote monitor and bring it back from the watch list. For example, this my account is for auto trading, whatever we are using for $2,000. So if I want to actually bring all the existing options from here, so we can just select all these things. And then you can just bring it here. You can just copy paste from the left side also. So there is another easy way to add the option quote into the option quote monitor. So if you select in this row and you can type it out, for example, Apple or Tesla. So I will just type it out Tesla and hit the enter button. It will open up a window, and here actually you can use the down arrow to select the option. You can hit enter again. It will open up all the option quote for this Tesla spread. So now you can change the strike here, how many strike you want to see. So for example, 10 or something like that. From here, you can just select the option contract. That is one option. Second case, sometimes I do, if I know that whatever option I will trade for today, I can just select all these options. For example, I want to trade 600 and then for example, maybe 585 or 580 based on the chart. Then since these two are selected, if I want to add both call and put, I can just add these all. These will bring all these options into my option quote monitor. So whenever these option quote represents here in the option quote monitor, I normally use hotkey to submit order for both buy and sell. So I can show you actually what is the hotkey. If you hit Ctrl H 2 times, it will open up the dialog window of the hotkey. So how I set it up for the options trading, what I did, if I want to buy as a market, I will just hit Shift B. If I want to sell at market, I will hit Shift S. If I want to use buy limit, I will use Shift A, and sell limit Shift Z. And let me show you a cool trick. I can hit the cancel here. For example, I want to buy this one, Tesla February 21 580 call. I want to buy it as a market, so I'll just hit Shift B. So whenever I hit the Shift B, it will open up a order entry window just below of this entry. Here I can use the keyboard to update the quantity. I specifically put left arrow and right arrow for quantity. So from the keyboard I can hit Shift left arrow and right arrow to increase the quantity, and left arrow for decrease the quantity. And either you can click this transmit button, which will transmit the order, or you can hit the Shift T to transmit this order. That is one option. So for example, this 600 put, I want to do it for limit buy. So in that case, I will just press Shift A. Now it will open up this order window, order row here. Now I can use again for the Shift left and right arrow for the quantity. For example, I'm pressing right arrow, it will increasing the quantity or decreasing quantity. And I'm also using Shift up arrow and down arrow to update the price. So you can see actually the 87.90, it is just increasing 1 cent. You can actually specify all these things here. And after, if you want to just hit the Shift T, it will transmit this order. So what I do actually to close the order. So for closing the order, I have very specific hotkey. What I do, that is, if I already bought it and I want to sell it as a market, so I have one sell market, Shift S, which will actually send a market order, and I can click the configure, and I can show you actually what's my customization. So for this one, whenever I select Shift S, it will send a market order, which will be destination is IB algo, but the adaptive order priority would be normal. But whenever I press, I want to urgently fill this order, I click the Control S, sell market, but this setup is different. If I click the configure button, it will show you in the customize, I put it as an urgent. So it will still use the IB algo, but actually the adaptive order priority would be urgent. So it will fill as quickly as possible, but whenever in the sale market, it will actually fill with, it tries to fill with the best price. So just to recap what I can do. So if you want to just delete, you can hit the delete button for each of the entry from here. So for example, I want to do Apple. So one option, I'll select the Apple here to load the chart, and then select the Apple in the top watch list. It will bring up all the options for Apple. I can either drag it from here to here. That's one option. Second option, actually, I can copy paste from here. For example, this is my existing order. I can just hit the Control C and Control V here from the existing order like this. For example, SPY, I want to select this one and then paste it here. I can do that too. And another option, actually, if you want to type it out, you can just, if you are very quick with the keyboard, you can hit the Microsoft. After type it out, hit the enter, then use the down arrow for the option, again enter. It will show all the options for these expiration date. You want to select, for example, January 15. You can just select the call or something like that. So for example, 220 call, you can select this one. It will just open up the Microsoft 220. You can select that 200 put. You can just select this guy. This will actually add it into your option code monitor. And from the option code monitor, if you want to buy it, I use the hotkey, either Shift B on or Shift S to buy and sell. If I want to use the limit, I use the Shift A and Shift Z. So for Shift Z, if I want to buy, I hit Shift B, A, and then use the up arrow, down arrow to change the price. You can see actually in the right side also it's changing the price. And then left arrow and right arrow to change the quantity. You can see that actually the quantity is changing. And finally, if I want to just submit it, I hit the Shift T, or you can click this button, it will automatically actually goes to here. That's all for this video. If you have any question, you can just leave a comment. Thank you.